A lot is going on in the automotive world. Currently, in Europe, most automakers are rushing to make their SUVs bigger and better, given that there is a high demand for SUVs. Because of this, companies like Renault have been forced to discontinue some of their cars so that they can concentrate on making SUVs. However, it still has to face off against other popular SUVs in the area from other automakers. Renault has decided to put more emphasis on the Austral, and they've made it better than it was before. How, you may ask? Well, stick around to find out. Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we'll look at the 2023 Renault Austral as we find out what is new about this SUV. But before we continue, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing updates on your favorite cars. And with that, let's find out more about the 2023 Renault Austral. There's an SUV craze that is currently going on in Europe and has made victims left and right change their styles. Because of this, Renault has decided to do away with the midsize Talisman midsize in both sedan and wagon options. On the other hand, the latest Megane is now an electric crossover. Even though the EV has not joined the traditional ICE-powered models, it might not have a bright future seeing how they already been removed from the UK lineup. However, Renault has decided to spice things up with the 2023 Renault Austral. The top-spec Renault Austral Esprit Alpine is a very pleasant and well-judged drive. It's very spacious and it has brilliant infotainment that is based on Google. This is the first model that will be based on the Renault-Nissan Alliance's new CMF CD platform. This platform allows for any mix of electrification or combustion propulsion. This midsize SUV has been confirmed that it will be joining the Australian market, and we can all agree that it will be a very good fit there. This is the main reason Renault remains interested in the product, and given what the car offers, we can say it should be high on the priority list. There are two options on the table when it comes to the engine. The first one is a 1.2-liter, 3-pot, full hybrid HEV powertrain with a couple of power outputs. This powertrain also comes with a 1.7 kilowatt-hour battery. The other option is the 1.3-liter 4-cylinder mid-hybrid, which also has two different outputs. This is just to start the range off. The first review starts right at the very top of the Austral range, which is the one with the 146 kilowatt-hour HEV. This variant comes complete with the optional 4Control Advanced. In addition to the four-wheel steering setup, it also comes with a multi-link rear suspension over the standard torsion beam and a quicker steering rack. All these result in the Austral's turning circle shrinking to a super mini beating 10.1 m. Even though the Austral has clearly been made better, can it really live up to the Alpine branding of this variant? Well, the answer is not yes and no. When you look at the scheme of midsize family SUVs, the Austral is among the more engaging ones. The steering has been nicely weighted, tipping the large Renault into corners with a bit more vigor. And as it does this, it still stays neatly in line. Accelerating a little hard on the way out will invariably produce some reassuringly manageable understeer. Most importantly, the four-wheel steer feels so natural and predictable when it comes to its responses. There's a slight touch of over-eagerness in response to small steering inputs at higher speeds. But the system still makes the Renault feel a little safer and easier to handle, whether you're on a good road or just trying to get through town traffic. The Austral definitely has some vim to it, but it's also comfortable and refined most of the time. If you move around in the full hybrid powertrain, you'll pull away from a standstill in a super serene pure electric mode. From time to time, it'll be more than happy to flick into battery power at higher speeds and around town. Even if your drives take you onto faster stretches, the car will be spending most of its time on battery power in the Austral Hybrid. Now, this is a good thing. After all, this is a thrummy and sometimes intrusive engine. This is mostly felt when you are at low speeds. You'll feel a sudden heaving and vibration when the petrol engine kicks in. Trust me, it's hard to miss it. It feels like there's a tiny propeller-driven plane stalking you in the distance. However, there is worse than that. The clutchless dog box will let the 1.2-liter turbo unit over-rev noisily during remotely spirited acceleration. After this, the engine will be slow to release those revs as you lift off. Because of this, you will be left with a mooing powertrain that will feel peculiarly sloppy at precisely the moment when you expect it to feel the complete opposite. After that, it will be smooth, with the transmission, motor, and engine working in unison. When you look at the ride comfort, it's quite good. This is even with the fact that it is riding on the 20-inch wheels of the Alpine version. The Austral lacks adaptive dampers, but the passive setup keeps the wheel bouncing to a bare minimum as it softens all but bigger intrusions. There will be some light tapping while driving on a patched-up town road, but everything will settle quickly. For the better part of the ride, you will enjoy a neat and tidy demeanor that is a bit less shaky and more encouraging than most of the car's rivals. There might be a touch of the Alpine magic in the 2023 Renault Austral. After all, even though the Austral is a little poor when it comes to handling, we can classify it among the fairly ordinary handling cars. Even though no other Austral variant has been tested, we can assume that the base model may be a different beast from this variant. After all, it will have a different suspension, steering, powertrain, and even interior finish. Now that we've mentioned the interior, the Austral has a pretty slick interior. It has a Tesla-style touchscreen that has inbuilt Google software. This is truly a gem. The graphics are very sharp, the menu layout is logical, and it even has all the features you would be looking for. We're talking about Google Maps on a vast screen, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. The temperature controls in the cabin are pretty simple to use, given that there are physical toggle switches beneath the screen. The material quality is good enough to give other automakers, such as Volkswagen and Kia, a run for their money. When you take a look at the back, you'll notice that there's an ample space for two tall people to sit comfortably. However, the full hybrid variant does not come with the sliding rear seats that the mid-hybrid Austral has. The spring-loaded 60/40 split rear seats leave a small step up in the extended load bay when they're toppled over. However, there's very little to no usable underfloor storage. The Austral HEV comes with about 430 liters of boot space. Some official figures suggest that the full hybrid technology has paid off regarding efficiency. The WLTP CO2 figures of 150 grams over kilometers and an economy of more than 4.7 liters over 100 kilometers are quite impressive. They are even better than the ones you'll get from other full hybrid rivals, such as the Nissan Qashqai e-Power and the Toyota RAV4. These figures might just put the Austral above the rest. Not so long ago, the 2023 Renault Austral midsize SUV was confirmed to be joining the Australian market sometime next year. This is an attempt by the French automaker to boost its SUV presence in showrooms. The Austral was initially revealed in Europe sometime in March, which is according to a report at the time by Drive. Now, the automaker is planning an Australian launch, and it's been confirmed as Renault looks for more impact than it got with the Austral's predecessor, which is the Kadjar SUV. Even though there are no details about the prices yet, we can already tell this will be a game changer. It'll definitely get many people interested and give other midsize SUVs in its category a run for their money. What do you think of the 2023 Renault Austral? Feel free to let us know in the comments section below. Also, before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing updates on your favorite cars. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.